today's video, we're going to explore a different way to play 3 notes per string that, in my opinion, unlocks speed and melodic phrasing in a way that was not possible with the traditional 3 notes per strings. Grab your guitar. We are going to get started right after this. Hello, my name is David Wallman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players around the world find their unique voice on the instrument to tell their own personal musical story. And today we are revisiting a concept that I shared with you about a year ago. The concept at the time, I called it something like 3 note per string caged system, and it's something that I had just discovered. And so I made a video about it. And a year after that, I can say that the system works. It's been truly helping me play in the way that I want to play musical phrases that were not really possible with the traditional 3 note per string. So we are going to explore that. Now, before we get started, you can download the backing track that I was using and the charts for the system. It's completely free. All you need to do is visit the link below and sign up to the free YouTube session course, which lists all the different courses that we cover here with all the backing tracks and downloads. It's completely free. Just visit the page and sign up so that you can get all these assets whenever a new video comes out. All right, so what is the system? The system reorganizes a little bit the 3 note per string system. Let's start with Ionian. The Ionian mode, the major scale, we're going to be in the key of E, which is the key of this backing track. So whatever I play in E major is going to work, right? We've got those 7 notes. So I'll show you the close-up. First of all, I am going to kill the delay because I'm going to comment if I don't do that. All right. Here's the traditional 3 note per string system. It's a great system too. I'm not saying forget it, but we'll modify it a little bit. Here it is. So it has 3 notes per string. We're going to start on the low E string 12th fret. And if we are in E, we have frets 12, 14, 16. Same thing on the next string. On the next, we have 13, 14, 16. Same thing on the next. And then on the next, we have 14, 16, 17. That's the traditional 3 note per string system. And that's great. That works fine. The problem with that is that we are starting right here on the 12th fret, and then when we're playing the whole thing, we end right here on the 17th fret. Now, that's the stretch between 12 and 17 is a little wide, which is fine. We don't have to really play that wide stretch, but visually, we are really going right here outside of the zone, the slice of the fretboard that we started in. Now again, this is not a bad way of playing the traditional 3 note per strings, but visually it's a little bit harder to visualize the intervals that you're focusing on. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I think it's really important to be able to target the intervals that you want and be aware of those intervals instead of just letting your fingers do the playing. Now, if I just let my fingers do the playing, it might work, it might sound okay, but you're not as in control as I want you to be. And there's true value in being in control of what you're trying to say musically. So what we are doing here is reorganizing the system so that everything, the first string that we're playing, in this case the low E string 12, 14, 16, that's going to determine the range that we're operating in. That's our range right here, and if in that slice of the fretboard I can fit my whole scale. I don't want to go outside of that. So in order to do this, here's how it happens. We're going to play 12, 14, 16, 12, 14, 16. On the next string, we can play 13, 14, 16. We're still in that zone, right? We're not going outside. Next string, same thing, 13, 14, 16. We're still in that zone, that slice of the fretboard. Then the traditional system says that we're going to play 14, 16, 17. Well, that's outside of the zone. So what we're going to do is just go repeat this note on the second string, 12, 14, 16. Now, by doing this, by simply reorganizing the shape to fit the slice of the fretboard determined by the very first string that you are building your scale from. Not only did we create a scale that is visually simpler to target the intervals because it's all contained in the same slice of the fretboard. The low E string and the high E string are those limits, and they're exactly the same. They're mirrored 2 octaves apart, and we can fit into that like chords and arpeggios a lot easier and target the right intervals. But also it does something to your playing. For those of you who are heavily influenced by sequences and automatic way of playing by doing those sequences, it's going to break the sound a little bit because we have a repetition of note here between the 3rd string 16th fret and the 2nd string 12th fret. Those 2 notes are the same now, and that will create some really cool things. If you're the kind of player who likes to do this kind of thing, now if I play this with a new system, it sounds a little different, right? Because of that repetition. And that's what I want you to explore today. Now, the Ionian mode that we just modified is not the only one that you can modify. You can modify any 3-note per string system to fit the zone that you're comfortable in, a more contained slice of the fretboard, which again will facilitate visualization. It will also facilitate targeting the right intervals because everything is contained. You can just use your master shape that we covered in this channel to visualize those intervals, and it's just a great system, I think, to change a little bit your approach. Explore that. The backing track that we just used here can be downloaded for free with the charts. Just visit the link below and you will be directed to a sign-up page. And if you sign up, you'll get access to all the future videos and some previous videos as well, with all the downloads automatically. You just have to sign up once, and if you already did that in the previous video, just log in. This video should be live. All right, that's what I had for you today. Thanks so much for watching this. If this was your first visit, consider subscribing because every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, there's a new video like this one coming out, helping guitar players around the world find their voice on the instrument to tell their own personal musical story. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Practice well.